The first thing I remember is the game that I love. A man on a diamond with the golden glove.
Good afternoon and welcome to Sean Williams Field on this Sunday afternoon as we get ready for Game 3 between Marshalltown Community College and Muscatine. The games yesterday went Muscatine's way as they swept the doubleheader yesterday afternoon, hitting 8 combined home runs. Won Game 1 13-8 and Game 2 11-9. Noel Diaz will be on the mound for the Tigers this afternoon. He's a righty. As we get set for this one, MCC fell back to 7-7 in conference play, so we'll try to get back over the 500 mark here today, as they are 7-7 in conference play. Still leading Indian Hills, who's in third place, by 2 full games, so they fell 5 games behind Iowa Western yesterday with those 2 losses. So let's look at the starting lineups first for the Muscatine Cardinals. You have Heckwell Serrano. He's the shortstop. Diego Arabaran will play second base and bat second. Kelvin Fabian will be the number 3 hitter. He's in left field. Phil Langlois is the third baseman. He'll be the cleanup hitter. Jonathan Temenek will play first. Christian Maldonado is the catcher, followed by Tyler Broders, the designated hitter. Isander Benitez will bat 8th, and Raul Padilla is the number 9 hitter. So the Tigers ready to start as Diaz opening pitch is in there for a strike. Or looks like might have been a ball. Let's see. Didn't see if the umpire said strike or ball. Now that one is in there for a strike. A 1-1 count as the scoreboard seems to be having a couple issues. That's a foul ball and strike 2. So 1-2 count here on the Muscatine leadoff hitter Serrano. And that pitch is outside. Very special guests on hand today, as the family of Benny Lopez from Puerto Rico is on hand to see the Tigers second baseman play. And there's a strikeout. Serrano won't run down to first. Embry will complete the strikeout with the throw. And 1 up, 1 down is a good start for Noel Diaz. Diaz on the season is a 6.45 ERA. He's won 4, lost 3. He's pitched 39 innings. So back into the plate now will be Diego Arabaran. He had a big day yesterday. That's down for a ball. So 1-0 count on Arabaran. As Diaz coming back to the plate. That pitch is sliced foul. Now it's 1-1. MCC sitting 24-15 entering this contest. Muscatine at 19-21. Another beautiful day for baseball here on this Sunday afternoon. That's in on the inside corner for a strike. And Diaz ahead of Arabaran, 1-2. 72 degrees is our game time temperature. There is a little bit of a wind, though, and it is blowing out towards left field once again. So if you were watching yesterday's game, as now the third base coach might be saying Diaz isn't coming to a complete stop, as he was arguing something over there, which slowed down the play for a minute, but now we're ready to go. 1-2 count. That pitch is sliced towards Duran. He picks it, throws on to first, and 2 up, 2 down. So Arabaran is thrown out, and Diaz off to a good start. And now the umpire and Muscatine manager having a brief conversation now on the third baseline, and now the umpire coming back to the plate. Diaz again has a 6.45 ERA in 44 2/3 innings. He's allowed 52 hits, 42 runs, 32 earned runs. He's also walked 13 he's walked 24 and struck out 35. So Fabian will take ball 1. The 1-0 count now on Kelvin Fabian. He hit a home run yesterday. It was a 2-run shot. A 1-0 count here on the left fielder for the Cardinals. That's outside for a ball. So Diaz, off the first 2 hitters, did a good job getting ahead. Now he's fallen behind Kelvin Fabian. That was just his 2nd home run yesterday on the season. That's just off the corner for a ball. So now 3-0 on Fabian, as Diaz trying to avoid the first inning walk here to Fabian. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4. So a first inning walk for Kelvin Fabian, and that'll bring up Phil Langlois, the 3rd baseman. So Langlois will step in. Pretty much the same lineup for Muscatine as yesterday, outside of the new designated hitter today. And same for Marshalltown, basically the same lineup except for the new pitcher. And that's fouled off. But another beautiful day for baseball here in April. A big game too, after Muscatine took the first 2 yesterday in the series. MCC trying to bounce back here today. Diaz's pitch is off the plate for a ball. 1-1 count. Fabian's at first base. He walked. And now Langlois at the plate. Muscatine hit 8 home runs yesterday. MCC hit 2. That's in there for a strike. Good pitch right on the inside corner by Diaz. Now Noel is going to try and get a strikeout here. He looks in on the 1-2 count. Runner goes. He's got him picked off. Fabian's on the run. He's going to beat it to second. Fabian just took off on the play, and he's fortunate because the Tigers had him picked off, but Diaz threw to Salato, and Fabian fast enough that he got to second base. So the opening break goes Muscatine's way as the Tigers had Fabian picked off. But still 1-2 count on Langlois, as he's standing in from the left side. A lot of left-handers in this lineup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just off the plate, a ball. Tried to get him to chase. And it's 2-2. Runner on second base. There was a lot of scoring yesterday. Diaz trying to keep this Muscatine lineup from getting as comfortable as yesterday's team did. That pitch is hammered towards left center. Ventura and Ceballos on the run, going back at the wall. That's off the fence. Now the 1-run scores on the double, and the Tigers get it back in, but it's 1-0 on a RBI double by Phil Langlois. As Fabian scores, and an RBI for Langlois. As Langlois doubles, and that'll bring up Jonathan Temenak, another lefty. The Cardinals have a number of lefties that have gone opposite field here. Don't see a lot of them pulling the ball down the lines. They're pushing it the other way. The 1-0 Cardinals here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. That's high. Embry fakes the throw down to second, but nobody covering the bag, and Langlois is back. Diaz has only allowed 1 home run so far this season, so he's been pretty good. Avoiding the long ball, he threw that fastball right by him. 1-1 count. 2 outs, top of the first inning. Muscatine's Jonathan Temenak at the plate. He's a .343 hitter. Another runner out on second. You'd like to strand him right there. Langlois, who had the RBI double. That ball is sliced foul and out of play. So Diaz ahead of another Cardinal hitter. See if he can finish him off here. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Diaz takes his time as Temenak steps back in. Langlois leads from second. 2 outs, top of the first inning, 1-0 Muscatine. Here's Diaz's pitch. That's grounded towards first. Salato's going to pick. He's going to race to the bag, and he'll beat Temenek, and that's how this first inning will come to the end in the top of the first. But Muscatine does strike for a run as they get a walk from Fabian and a double from Langlois. Temenek grounds out on the 3 unassisted. After 1 inning, it's 1-0 after the top of the first. No errors and 1 man left on base for the Cardinals. Here's what MCC's starting lineup looks like today here this afternoon. You have Bennett Lopez, he'll play second base and lead off. Joel Rosauer is the designated hitter. Logan Holtz will be the right fielder. He's the number 3 hitter this afternoon. Diahan Ceballos will be in the cleanup spot. He's in left field. Manny Lopez is at shortstop. He'll be followed by Luis Duran. He'll hit 7th and play third base. Tony Salato is the first baseman. He'll bat 8th. 7th. Luis Duran will bat 6th. Salato will bat 7th. Embre 8th at catcher. And Brian Ventura will bat 9th in center field. On the mound for the Cardinals is number 29. That is Nick Hurst, was the original starting pitcher, but that doesn't appear who's out on the mound. Let's see, I got to check my roster here because a different pitcher on the mound, number 29 here for Muscatine. And he doesn't have there is no number 29 on this roster sheet, so must be Nick Hurst on the mound. We'll see if we can get a confirmation on that. If it is Hurst, he's got a 6.94 ERA. He's pitched 36 1/3 innings. He's started 7 games. Bennett Lopez is set to lead off for the Tigers. He has 108 hits, or 108 career hits for his MCC career, and is batting .352 over the last 2 seasons. And Bennett has quite a bit of family here from Puerto Rico this weekend watching him play, and been a standout all season, and that continues. He had a big day yesterday, and he'll try to start MCC off on the right foot here this afternoon. So Hurst is the starter. He's got a 6.94 ERA in 36 1/3 innings. He's allowed 34 hits, or 53 hits rather, 34 runs, 28 earned runs, walked 9, struck out 17. So Lopez will stand in as Muscatine got a run in the first. And Hurst, a left-handed pitcher, will face this mostly dominated right-handed lineup. And here's the opening pitch to Lopez. That's inside for a ball. So 1-0 count. Bennett is hitting .365 this season. And here comes the pitch. That's on the corner, a strike. 1-1 count on the Tigers' second baseman here in this bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. That ball is sliced down the right field line and foul. A 1-2 count. A 1-2 on Bennett Lopez as he stands back in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's grounded towards short. Picked up by Serrano. He'll throw out Lopez at first. It's dropped, but it's on the transfer, and that'll be the first out. So Lopez grounds out to short, and that'll bring up Joel Rosauer. So Rosauer will stand in. He's the designated hitter. And Nick Hurst, the left-hander, on the mound. So Rosauer will, and bad news here for the Tigers is Bennett Lopez appeared to have come up a little bit lame. He's holding a hamstring, looks like from here he's holding the back of his leg, which you never want to see that. He's limping back towards the bench. And we'll see if we can't get an update there, as that's grounded foul by Rosauer. We'll see if Lopez will have to come out of this game. So 0-1 count. He's played in every game for MCC, as that's down for a ball. And sometimes when you try and beat a throw like that, the leg can tighten or you get a tight hamstring. You hope that's not the case. 1-1 count here in the bottom of the first inning. Rosauer, lefty-lefty matchup versus Hurst. That's in there for a strike. So Hurst has gotten ahead of both starting hitters for the Tigers. Logan Holtz is on deck. He's moved up a few spots, now hitting third in the lineup. There's a curveball, and it breaks right down the middle for strike 3. Rosauer was fooled on that pitch, and now Logan Holtz will step in. Hurst has been in a pretty good rhythm to start the game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. He's been able to get the Tigers off balance here to start. See if Holtz can change it here. Here's the first pitch. That's in there for a strike. Looks like not a fastball. Might have been a changeup there on the inside corner. Holtz standing in from the right side. There's the curveball, just off the plate inside. A big hook from Hurst. He fooled Rosauer, got him to strike out looking. Now he threw that one to Holtz, but a little off the plate. There's a fastball, hammered to left field for a base hit. Holtz gets the Tigers' first hit of the inning and first hit of the game as he singles into left field. That was a pitch that was up, and Holtz just pulled it into left. That'll bring up Johan Ceballos. Ceballos hit a home run yesterday, his 5th of the season. He's batting .372, and with Holtz on first, he's a good stolen base threat. He's stolen 12 already this year. Lefty on the mound, might have a good pickoff move. Holtz reads it pretty well and gets back. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Muscatine. Both teams collected a hit here in this first inning. Here's the pitch from Hurst. That's outside for a ball. And that was Logan Holtz's 100th career hit. So Holtz with his 100th career hit there. Now Ceballos laces one into center. That'll get down for a hit. And the Tigers have some 2-out magic going with a couple of singles. Ceballos will get Holtz down to second. And that'll bring up Manny Lopez with a chance to do some damage here in the first inning with 2 outs. Lopez dropped down to the 5-hole from the 3-hole where he'd been hitting. He's a .431 hitter. He has 8 home runs and 44 RBIs. He had a 2-run shot yesterday. Hurst looking in. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. That's off the plate, a ball. So now 1-0 on Manny Lopez. Luis Duran on deck. The Tigers flipped the main part of their order just a touch here today. And Lopez takes ball 2. And Duran in the on-deck circle, a .375 hitter. A walk to Lopez would give Duran a chance. 2-0, looking for a fastball here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Just off the plate, ball 3. He's trying to pick at the corners. With a 3-0 count on Lopez, he's probably got the green light. If it's in his zone, he's swinging. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. So it all started with a 2-out single by Logan Holtz and then a 2-out single by Johan Ceballos. And now a walk for Manny Lopez. And that'll bring up Luis Duran as the Tiger faithful starting to make some noise on the right side of the field. As Duran with 2 outs, a chance to do some damage here in the first inning. Here's the pitch from Hurst. It's grounded to short, picked by Serrano, throw to second, and that'll do it for the first inning. So Duran grounds into a fielder's choice. And out at second is Manny Lopez on a 6-4 putout. So after one inning, Muscatine with a 1-0 lead over Marshalltown. Coming up for the Cardinals this inning will be Maldonado, Broders, and Benitez. Maldonado had another home run yesterday. A lot of people hit home runs yesterday for Muscatine, as Maldonado hit a 3-run shot, which got his team back in the game, his second of the season. He's a .333 hitter, 2 home runs, 27 RBIs. Diaz had a pretty good first inning, but then he walked Fabian with 2 outs, and then he scored on the Langlois RBI double. So MCC collects 2 hits in that first inning, but unable to score as they leave the bases loaded. So Diaz back to the mound to start the top of the second. Embry fires it down as we are ready for the top of the second inning. It'll be Maldonado, Broders, and Benitez. Tyler Broders, the designated hitter today. He's got a 167 average. He's in the on-deck circle as Muscatine going with their red tops here today. MCC with the white. MCC used their yellow tops yesterday, and Muscatine was in their black. Today the Tigers switched to white and Muscatine in the red. Here's Diaz's first pitch. Right in there for a strike. It's a good fastball. Right on the inside corner. The 0-1 count. That's a little high for a ball. So 1-1. Tried to go back with the fastball and threw that one a little too high. Maldonado standing in from the right side, the catcher for Muscatine. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's inside for a ball. This is a doubleheader here this afternoon from Sean Williams Field. 2 7-inning games between these conference rivals, as that's off the plate. So 3-1 on Maldonado. Diaz has walked 25 on the season. Don't want to do a leadoff walk here. He throws the fastball right by him on the 3-1 pitch. Maldonado chased a little high, and Diaz got him to go after it. Now here's the full count pitch. That's high above Maldonado's head, and he'll take the walk. So a leadoff walk to start the second, and that'll bring up Tyler Broders. Tyler Broders will stand in. He's a lefty. You got to think with his batting average, might be seeing a sacrifice bunt here. Maldonado leads from first. Duran plays in a few steps. He's right at the edge of the grass, actually on the grass. Pickoff throw by Diaz is not in time, as Maldonado able to get back. 1-0 Muscatine, top of the second inning. Another throw over, and Maldonado back again. It's a little bit windy out here, but nice day for baseball overall. Here's Diaz's pitch, shows bunt, and he misses. And Embry might have had a shot at getting Maldonado at first because he was pretty far off the bag. See if the Tigers might run a play. If another missed bunt, because that can put you in trouble if you got to get a good jump. There's another throw over, and Maldonado back safely. Really keeping him close. If it's a bunt right back to the pitcher with Maldonado running, he is a catcher. He might have a shot at second, depending on where the bunt goes. There's the 0-1 pitch. It's bunted foul. If he has Broders bunt again. with 2 strikes. I would think the bunt is off. He'll probably be swinging away. 0-2 count on Tyler Broders. Maldonado leading from first. Got a pretty big lead over there. Diaz will send him back to the bag again. 4th time he's thrown over this at bat. Oh-2 count here on Broders. Benitez on deck. Here's the pitch. He struck him out swinging. So Broders goes down on the heater. And now they're going to have a meeting at the mound. I think this is more of a scouting report maybe on Benitez, as he was the guy that clubbed 2 home runs yesterday, including a game-winning home run in game number 2. Not a guy you'd expect to hit home runs. He's got 2 on the season. Muscatine has hit a total of 19 home runs. Benitez, a .304 hitter. So Benitez, the right fielder, will stand in from the right side. Maldonado still on first after the failed sacrifice bunt and then strikeout. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 2nd. Diaz looking for a ground ball here. Another throw over. Benitez and Padilla both showed they will bunt the ball. They're both down at the bottom of the order. Both have good speed. Diaz checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Grounded right back to him. Throws to Lopez, and he threw it into center field. He throws it into center field, but Maldonado will stay. Diaz just rushed the throw, and that'll be an E1 against him. That allows Benitez to reach. Going to second on the air is Maldonado. If it was a faster runner, that might have been more problems, but instead, Maldonado stays at second, but more trouble for the Tigers, as there's another error. That's one where he just didn't take his time. He kind of rushed it on the throw, thinking he might have a shot at a double play, but you got to get that first one. Now coming after Padilla, and there's ball 1. So 1-0 count here on Raul Padilla. He's a .306 hitter. Neither guy to reach base has got a hit here in this inning. Over is Salado, has a look, and it's out of play. So the count is even at 1-1. Runners on first and second. Maldonado at second. First base is Benitez. Diaz looks in. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner, strike 2. This will be a big strikeout with Serrano coming to the plate next. He also struck him out in the first inning. Maldonado walked, and then Benitez reached on an error. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's popped straight back and foul. So Diaz has thrown quite a few strikes, although he has the 2 walks. He just had been wild at times. And then at other times he's been pretty consistent. As we're here in the top of the 2nd inning. Padilla with a runner in scoring position has 11 RBIs on the season. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's off the plate, a ball, trying to get him to chase. And we're even at 2-2. So 2-2 count. 1-0 Muscatine, top of the 2nd inning. Diaz coming after him with the 2-2 pitch. It's laced foul down the right field line. That's out of play. As the umpire will get some new baseballs. And we'll stay at 2-2 count. Padilla making Diaz work here. See if he tries to get him to chase something. Might be a good time to try and throw a fastball by him, or maybe a Breaking ball. Here's the pitch. It's laced into right field. Holtz breaks in. Now goes back. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 away. So Padilla lines out. And that's the second out of the inning. And we'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Hectwell Serrano. Serrano did a lot of damage yesterday.
Number 4, Hectwell Serrano.
As Serrano will stand in, the Cardinals shortstop. He struck out in the first. Still runners on first and second. Diaz trying to strand him right there. Here's the pitch. On the inside corner, a strike. Diaz has done a pretty good job throwing first pitch strikes, and that's always important. You get ahead of a hitter, then you can pitch the way you want, and he has to think about what you're trying to do. Here's the 0-1 count. That's just a little bit too far inside. So 1-1 now on Serrano. He does have 20 RBIs on the season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Just off the inside again for a ball. So 2-1 on a dangerous hitter in Serrano. He's got 39 hits on the year, 5 doubles. He's also hit a home run. He hit that home run yesterday in Game 1. That's on the corner, a strike. Good fastball there, right on the outside corner. As Diaz showing off the heat. Now a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Trying to get out of this second inning. Trailing 1-0. He struck out Serrano in the first, trying to do it here in the second. Here's the pitch. It's grounded up the middle. Lopez fields, shovels to Bennett Lopez, and out of the inning. So Serrano grounds into the fielder's choice. Retired at second is Benitez. And Muscatine will leave 2, and they won't get a run or a hit. They didn't have any hits that inning. Did have 1 error, and they leave 2. So after 2 complete, 1-0 Muscatine leading MCC here on the Tiger Sports Network. It'll be Tony Salato, Hunter Embray, and Brian Ventura coming up for MCC. Hurst back to the mound. Hurst back to the mound. He had a good first inning. He got the first 2 outs, and then Holtz singled, Ceballos singled, but then Manny Lopez walked, and then Luis Duran hit into the fielder's choice and was a 6-4 putout. So similar to what Muscatine did that second inning. They had 2 guys on, and then the fielder's choice ends the inning as Serrano grounds in to the force out at second base. See if the Tigers can get to Hurst here at the bottom of the order. Always good to start things at the bottom of the order, then you roll over to the top where you can do a lot of damage. Coming up for the Tigers is Tony Salato. He's a .367 hitter. The first baseman for MCC. As Hurst taking the last couple warm-up pitches. 1-0 Muscatine here from Sean Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on a Sunday afternoon. It was a 12 o'clock start here today. A beautiful day for baseball. The wind's blowing a little bit, but hasn't affected the game so far. As Salato will stand in from the right side. Hunter Embray, the catcher's on deck. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Brian Ventura. MCC had 2 hits in the first inning. And Salato will try to start him off here in the second. Hurst looks in. Here's the first pitch. It's lined towards left field. Back goes Fabian. Still going back, and that ball is out of here. Tony Salato ties the game with a solo homer. And we're all knotted at 1. As Salato, first pitch swinging, hammered that one back into left, and it kept on going. And that is his first home run of the season. So Salato gets his first homer as he's greeted by his teammates in the dugout. And we're all knotted at 1. Had a first pitch fastball and just drove it over the left field fence. So 1-1 as Embray will stand in. He's trying to break out of his mini slump here, and he'll do it with a ground ball that's fair down the left field line. Embray headed for second base. He's on the run. Here comes the throw from Fabian. Slides, and he's safe. So a double for Hunter Embray after the homer by Tony Salato. And Ventura's got Embray at second with nobody out. Ventura will try and, might be a situation where he tries to bunt Embray on to third, or if he can just drive a ball to the right side, get Embray to third. See what Ventura does here. He's a .320 hitter. Embray leading from second. He shows bunt. He gets it down. Nicely done by Ventura. Hurst will throw him out, and the runner Embray advances to third. So a sacrifice for Ventura. Embray goes to third. Ventura's retired on the 1-3 putout. And that's the first out of the inning, and we'll bring up Bennett Lopez. Good to see Lopez back out there after he limped pretty good after his first at-bat, trying to beat it out down the line. He was a little bit gimpy, but looks to be okay. 1-1 is the score. MCC trying to break the tie right here. That's off the plate, a ball. Embray's down at third. So if you get a sacrifice fly, it's probably going to have to be pretty deep. Benitez had a pretty good arm that he showed off last time, but this time Bennett Lopez pops it straight up into the air, and Temenek makes the catch. And that hurts there. One out, runner on third. That's tough there. Now they need a two-out hit from Roseauer. So now needing a two-out hit from Roseauer to give the Tigers the lead here in the bottom of the second. And that's low for a ball. Roseauer struck out looking in his first at bat. 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. MCC has out-hit Muscatine 4-1. Here's Hurst's pitch. That's off the plate, a ball. Logan Holtz is on deck. He had a single back in the first. Was stranded at third base. And Hurst coming after him, and Roseauer hammers one of the right center field gap. And Padilla runs it down. He's going to fire it back in. Roseauer headed for second, and he's in standing with an RBI double. So Roseauer hits the right center field gap. And that's an RBI double. Brings home Embray, and it's 2-1 Tigers. And that'll bring up Holtz, who already singled back in the first. He'll try for his second hit of the day. 2-1 MCC, leading Muscatine. And pickoff play, and able to get back is Roseauer. He was pretty far off the bag there when Era Barron came into second. But Roseauer pretty quick, able to get back. As he threw it back to second. Now Hurst checks him one more time. A good lead for Roseauer, and that's in the dirt, a ball. Now 1-0 on Holtz. He's got 6 home runs and 32 RBIs on the season. As Hurst really looking at Roseauer, now Holtz will call time. 1-0 count on the Tigers' right fielder. A chance for another 2-out RBI here in the second inning. Here's the pitch from Hurst. It's lined down the left field line, but it curves foul. And it's 1-1. A 1-1 count now on Holtz. As Roseauer leading from second. Era Barron trying to keep him close. Here's Hurst's pitch, and it's lined, but right to Langlois. And that's how this second inning will come to an end. So after 2 innings, MCC takes a 2-1 lead as they get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and leave 1 in the second inning. But the Tigers do get 2. The home run for Tony Salato, his first, and then an RBI double from Joel Roseauer gives MCC the lead as we head into the top of the third inning. Coming up for the Cardinals will be the middle of the order, 2, 3, and 4, Diego Arabaran, Kelvin Fabian, and Phil Langlois. Few dangerous hitters coming up for the Cardinals. Arabaran grounded out to third, Fabian walked, and Langlois doubled. Diaz back to the mound. He worked out of trouble in the second inning where the Cardinals had runners on first and second with 2 outs, or with 1 out rather, as Benitez reached on an error on the fielder's choice. Diaz threw it into center field, but he was able to keep the runners at first and second and strand them as he got Serrano to ground into a fielder's choice, and Benitez was retired on a 6-4 putout. So the lefty, Arabaran, will stand in, the second baseman for the Cardinals. He's hitting .349 on the season. Here's the opening pitch, and that's high for a ball. So MCC with the lead, 2-1 here in the third inning. That's off the plate for ball 2. So now 2-0 count on a dangerous hitter. Arabaran does have 5 home runs. He also has 6 doubles. And that's low for a ball. So Diaz now in danger of walking his third hitter through just 2 innings. Well, 3 almost, and he does just that. So leadoff walk for Arabaran, as Diaz had been controlling the fastball pretty well, and then there just lost his command a little bit. That's kind of been how he's pitched for the first few innings. The first couple, he's had really good consistency at times, and then other times he's just a little bit inconsistent, and he'll throw a few balls. That's his 26th walk of the season, and that's in there for a strike. Fabian walked in the first inning, as Arabaran over at first base. He's got 6 steals as they throw it over to first, and the runner holds. Diaz coming into this game had walked like 24. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So 0-2 count now on Fabian. Arabaran will lead from first base. He has 2 stolen bases on the season. As looking, the runner back is Diaz, and now he'll throw over. As Diaz back on the mound. 0-2 count here on the left fielder, Kelvin Fabian. Here's the pitch. It's lined straight back for a foul. So still an 0-2 count. As Fabian fouls it off, Langlois on deck. He's already doubled in a run. Fabian was the runner to score. After the double, he walked and then stole second base. It's kind of a weird play, and there's the 0-2 pitch. Tried to get him to chase the high fastball, and Fabian lets it go for a ball. They had Fabian picked off first. Instead, he just took off running for second, and he beat the throw, and then scored later on the double by Langlois. Diaz will throw over to first. Arabaran back safely. As Arabaran not a big threat to steal, just 2. But Muscatine has been pretty aggressive this weekend. Here's Diaz's pitch. It's popped straight up and out of play. So Fabian making Diaz work here in the third inning. Nobody out, top of the third, 2-1 Tigers on top of the Cardinals. Muscatine took the first 2 games yesterday. MCC trying to get back at him today, and he struck him out swinging. So Fabian goes down swinging on an inside fastball. And that'll bring up Langlois, who doubled to the left center field gap. It hit the fence way out in deep left center, hit the middle of the fence on the fly. and that's what scored Fabian. Now with Era Barron at first, there's a huge hole on the right side with Salado holding Era Barron, and that's in there for a strike. Most of the home runs from the left-handers have come opposite field here for Muscatine. Haven't seen really anybody pull one down the right field line. Here's Diaz's pitch. That's lined to right, or caught by Salado, and that's going to be a double play. Langlois lines into a double play as he hit it right on the button, and he hit it right to Salado. Era Barron was headed for second, and there's an L3 and an unassisted double play. So Langlois lines into a double play, and MCC will be coming to bat here in the bottom of the third. It's 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Ceballos, Lopez, and Duran. Ceballos, Lopez, and Duran coming up for MCC. As Ceballos in the second inning, or the first inning rather, singled. Manny Lopez walked, and Duran grounded into a fielder's choice. So Hurst still on the mound for the Cardinals. He's pitched pretty well. He has allowed the home run. He gave up back-to-back doubles. Well, not back-to-back. We gave up 2 doubles in the second inning for the Tigers to take a 2-1 lead. MCC has out-hit Muscatine 5-1. Now Ceballos will be coming in to hit for the Tigers. We might see Ceballos on the mound in game number 2. Not quite sure yet. It might be Juan Carlos Gonzalez, another pretty good pitcher that could be coming in to pitch game number 2. This is game 1 here. It's a beautiful day for baseball, as Ceballos will stand in. He singled in the first. He hit his 5th home run last night, or yesterday. And here's the first pitch. He swings over the top of that changeup. Was hoping for a fastball, and he got a changeup, and he was way out in front. So 0-1. Ceballos, a .372 hitter. As Hurst has what he wants. Now here's the pitch. That's lined into left field, another base hit. So Ceballos with his second single of the day. And MCC starts the third with a leadoff hit. That'll bring up Lopez. He walked in the first.
Now batting, number 10, Manny Lopez.
Hurst walked him on 4 straight pitches. Ceballos will lead from first. He's only stolen 1 base so far. Here's the delivery to Lopez. That's inside. So 1-0 count on MCC shortstop Manny Lopez. As he's looking for something he can drive. Here's the pitch from Hurst. That's low for a ball. So Hurst has thrown 6 straight balls to Manny Lopez. He walked him on 4 straight pitches in his first at bat. Now he's 2-0 here. He checks the runner. Here's the pitch. That's swung and fouled straight back. That's the first strike he's thrown to Lopez today. Duran is on deck. He grounded into a fielder's choice with the bases loaded in the first inning. Here's the pitch from Hurst. There's a curveball on the corner. Pretty good pitch there. He started that off the plate. It just broke and touched a little bit of the corner. So 2-2 count now on Lopez. Here's Hurst's pitch. It's lined up the middle, and it's caught. And Ceballos is going to be doubled off. As he took off running, Lopez hit a screamer, but right at Serrano. And just like Muscatine had in their last inning, MCC lines into a double play. That's the old freeze on a liner. And Ceballos retired on the 6-3. The line out by Lopez, and suddenly there's 2 outs. What started as a promising inning. So Duran will step to the plate. That's a tough play there because Ceballos is already on the run. Now Duran with a slow chopper picked up by Serrano. Off balance throw, scooped by Temenek, and he just got him by a half step. Thought that was pretty close. Thought Duran might have beat it, but that is the 3rd out. It's the 1 hit for the Tigers. And nobody left on base as we head into the top of the 4th inning. We'll take our first break. 2-1 MCC leading Muscatine. You're watching MCC Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network.
Fastball, bell tie, coming right down the middle. Don't stand there and let it go by. Swing hard and aim for the stand.
Welcome back to Sean Williams Field. 2-1 Tigers leading the Cardinals here in Marshalltown. As stepping to the plate will be Jonathan Temenek, as he'll be coming up for the Cardinals. So Temenek will come to the plate. Diaz still on the mound as we start the top of the 4th inning. 2-1 MCC. And that's low for a ball. A 1-0 count on Temenek. He lined out, or he grounded out to Salado. Now he fouls that one straight back. A 1-1 count. A 1-1 on the Cardinal first baseman. And here comes the pitch. That one's popped up towards the left. Ceballos drifting back, going back towards the wall, and that's going to come back, but it's a foul ball. It's a foul ball. That ball was lifted high and deep down the left field line, and then looked like it almost came back into the field play, but it is a foul ball, so just a long strike. That ball got way up into the wind and just kept on carrying. But it's just a foul ball. So now 1-2 count on Temenek. A chance for Diaz to notch his 3rd strikeout. Actually his 4th strikeout. As Temenek will stand back in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Muscatine with just 1 hit in the first 3 innings. That's off the plate of ball. So 2-2. Temenek has struck out 12 times. He's walked 17. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's lined towards right. Holtz going back, still going back. He's at the track, and that ball is gone. Jonathan Temenek with a solo homer to right center field, and he got all of that one. That just kept on going. Holtz was on the run right away, although I think Holtz kind of knew that ball was out of here. As Temenek touches Diaz for a homer. That's his 2nd of the year. So new ball game as we're all knotted at 2. See how that affects Diaz after the homer. As he allowed his... As here's the pitch to Maldonado. That's off the plate of ball. As that was the 5th home run allowed. Actually the 2nd home run allowed by Noel Diaz. That pitch is off the plate of ball. A 2-0 count. You never know how a pitcher's going to react after they give up a home run. Some react in different ways. As Diaz coming back with the 2-0 delivery. It's grounded to Manny Lopez. He'll make the play. Throw on to first. He's off the bag and he's safe. The throw brought Salado off the bag. And that's an error against Lopez. He had time to get Maldonado, but just the throw went off the bag, and the 2nd error for the Tigers. As Diaz had an error back in the 2nd. And that'll bring up Broders. He struck out in his first at bat. A double play ground ball wouldn't be bad here. He shows bunt. Snap throw to first, and Maldonado just able to get back. I saw that play from the first inning where Broders missed and had a good shot to get Maldonado, but not quite in time. He scrambled back and just got a hand in. Here's Diaz's pitch, the bunt. It's down to Duran. He picks it up. Pretty good bunt. And Duran's throw, it's caught by Salado. Pretty good play there by Salado. Is running right through the glove was the runner, Broders. But he gets the job done and gets a high five from his first base coach as the sacrifice is successful. Duran throws him out. Maldonado goes down to second. And Benitez will come to the plate. He grounded out to short. And no, he reached on an error. He reached on the fielder's choice when Diaz got a grounder right back to him and threw it into center. So Benitez 0 for 1. As he's the right fielder, and he swings and misses for strike one. The 0-1 count, one out, top of the third, top of the fourth rather, all knotted at 2. Maldonado out at second base. He reached on the throwing error from Lopez, and now behind in the count is Benitez, 0-2, as he tries to bunt and fouls it off. So Diaz trying to get a big strikeout here. Keep Maldonado at second, and then go after the number 9 hitter, Padilla. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's popped up towards right. Holt's coming in on it, still coming in. He's got room. He'll make the play, and that's out number 2. So Holtz makes the catch, and there's 2 down here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Padilla. We've seen him square and try and bunt a couple times throughout this series. But with 2 outs, you wouldn't expect a bunt unless he's trying to bunt for a hit. Duran's playing about halfway in. At the hot corner, third. Here's Diaz's pitch. Right on the outside corner, a strike with the fastball. Pretty good pitch to start the at-bat there from Diaz. Maldonado's out at second base. Muscatine with just 2 hits in the game. But one was a home run. That pitch is hit to deep left center field. On the run is Ventura, still going back. He'll make the catch and run into the wall. What a play by Brian Ventura. And he's got it. He's in some pain, but he makes a terrific catch and keeps the score tied at 2. Wow, what a catch by Ventura. Went all the way back and ran right into the fence going full speed, and he holds on, and we will stay knotted at 2. Tremendous catch by Ventura as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. See if that play there gives the Tigers momentum, as Salado, Embre, and Ventura will be coming up. But a terrific catch by Brian Ventura keeps the game tied at 2, because that could have been a 2-run double if he doesn't come up with that, and he appears to be okay. And the Tiger Bats will have to go right back to work against Nick Hurst. Hurst has pitched pretty well. He just allowed the 2 runs. So Muscatine gets the 1 run in the inning on the solo home run. There's an error, but they strand 2. So the Tigers able to get away with the error, but unbelievable play by Brian Ventura as he was going full speed back on that ball, ran straight into the fence and held on. And those are the types of plays that really build momentum for your team. And Ventura will bat third in this inning. Salado will lead it off. He hit his first home run of the season back in the 2nd inning. Just drove it out to left field and carried over. Bottom of the fourth inning, all knotted at 2 here on the Tiger Sports Network between MCC and Muscatine. MCC scored a run in the first, or run in the second rather. Actually 2 runs in the second. Salado hit a solo homer, and Joel Rosauer had an RBI double. For Muscatine, they scored 1 in the first inning on an RBI double by Langlois, and then scored 1 in the fourth on the solo homer by Jonathan Temenak. So Salado will lead it off. He's a .367 hitter. Looking in is Hurst. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, a ball. 7-8-9 here for the Tigers. Hurst gets the sign from Maldonado, and that pitch is fouled off to the right side. On the run is Benitez. He's going to run all the way over, but it's well out of play, but he'll get the ball. And a 1-1 count, as it was right down the right field line where there's a lot of foul room down there by the MCC bullpen. It lands in the dirt area on the right side. The 1-1 on Salado, the Tiger first baseman, as he's trying to start off the fourth with a hit here. Here's the pitch. There's a curveball inside for a ball. Hunter Embre on deck. He doubled back in the second. And then Ventura bunted him to second base. As here's Hurst's pitch. That's grounded foul. Looks like that one was off the end of the bat. And the count is even at 2-2. As Salado now with a 2-2 count against Hurst. He's walked 7 times, struck out 9. That's off the plate, a ball. So now 3-2 on Salado. Here to start this fourth inning. 1 strikeout in the game so far for Hurst. Came on Rosauer back in the first. Here's the pitch. It's grounded towards second base. Fielded by Arabaran. Spins and throws out Salado. Nice play there by Diego Arabaran. He ranged to his right, deep in the hole, and then spun and threw out Salado with a perfect throw.
Number 30, Hunter Embre.
That'll bring up Hunter Embre. He doubled. He grounded one right down the third baseline, and now Langlois playing a little bit over further, playing closer to that line. That's high for a ball. So 1-0 count on Embre. He does have 5 home runs on the season. And he pops this one up. Temenak will range back. Now Arabaran coming over. Now Temenak will make the catch in fair territory for out number 2. So I'll pop out to first. And that'll bring up Brian Ventura, who made a spectacular catch to end the top of the fourth. Running full speed, caught it, slammed into the fence, and held on. Now he's up there to hit. He sacrifice bunted in the second inning. And here's Hurst's pitch. That's on the corner for a strike. It's like a fastball there on the outside corner. Hurst has been pretty good with his control. He's only walked 1. There's a curveball on the outside corner. That one came right down on that corner. For Hurst, he's shown a good curveball and fastball. Well, in all I've seen, might have thrown a changeup a little bit, but for the most part, just 2 pitches. That's low for a ball. That one there might have been a splitter. Just kind of started in the middle of the plate and then broke straight down in the dirt. Ventura lays off. Ventura, 320 hitter, has 5 home runs and 26 RBIs. He's going to ground that one right back to the pitcher. He'll have to hurry, and he'll throw out Ventura by a couple steps as Hurst gets Ventura. And they ground out, pop out, and another ground out. And we'll head in to the top of the 5th inning, all knotted at 2. The 2-all between the Tigers and Cardinals. A little bit different games today than they were yesterday, where everything was scoring. Both teams were scoring a lot. Today it's been more about pitching and defense. And it will be the top of the order coming up for the Cardinals, as they will have the top of the order coming up. So 2-2 is our score between Muscatine and Marshalltown. MCC has out-hit Muscatine 6-2 here in the game. It'll be Serrano, Arabaran, and Fabian. Serrano struck out and grounded into a fielder's choice. Arabaran is grounded out to third and walked. Fabian has walked and struck out. So Diaz giving the Tigers what they needed after they had to use the bullpen quite a bit yesterday, as Serrano will stand in. And here's the opening pitch of the 5th, and that's a ball. As there is a little bit of movement down in the MCC bullpen, as that's on the corner strike. Couldn't tell if he was getting ready to warm up or if he was just going down to grab something. That's off the plate for a ball. 2-1 count on Serrano, the Cardinals' leadoff hitter. 2-2, top of the 5th. That's just off the plate inside, ball 3. So 3-1 on Serrano. You don't want to put him on base. You don't want to give him a fastball right down the middle. That's inside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk to start the 5th. And for Diaz, that's his 4th walk of the game. Yeah, 4th walk. And so far for Diaz. Now Serrano will lead from first. He only stole 1 base. And Arabaran showing bunt. It's a good one. Salato's going to tag him. And he does the job on the sacrifice. He just dragged that one right down the first baseline. Salato did a good job fielding and not panicking. Took his time, got it, and tagged him out. And there's 1 out here in the inning. So Fabian will come up. He's got power, so you got to be a little bit careful. With 1 out here in the 5th. Leading from second is Serrano. Diaz checks him. Here's the pitch. That's lined straight back foul. He gets ahead of Fabian, 0-1. He has 20 RBIs on the season, 7 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 home runs. Also a .368 hitter. So Fabian, one of the top hitters for Muscatine. Their top 2 hitters right now, and he throws a fastball by him for strike 2. So 0-2 count on Fabian. He has struck out 18 times to just 6 walks, so he is a guy that might chase a pitch outside, or you can get him to fish for one. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. He swings and it hits him, so it's a foul ball. And no, the umpire is saying he's out. The umpire said he's saying a foul ball, or they're saying a strikeout on Fabian. So I think he swung and that ball hit him. And he's out on strikes. Kind of a weird play there, but either way, it's the second out.
No batting,
But the runner was sent back to second base as it got away from Embray because it hit Fabian, and he'll start Langlois with the ball. Langlois doubled in the first run for Muscatine. He hit it out to left center field. He's also lined into a double play. That's in there for a strike. Diaz had a pretty good fastball today, working both corners. Trying to get Langlois here. He is the top hitter for Muscatine at 380. And that's just a little bit low. A 2-1 count. Langlois has drove in 27 runs. He's also hit 4 home runs. The RBI earlier gave him 28. Here's the 2-1 count. That ball is popped up and out of play. 2-2 count. Diaz trying to strike out Langlois. The Tigers will have the top of the order coming up in the bottom half of the 5th. 2 outs, top of the 5th here. 2-2. 2-2 on the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, but Embray couldn't hold it. So Langlois will barely stay alive. That ball just slipped out of the glove. And Langlois will get one more chance. He's got 10 doubles, 1 triple, and 4 home runs. Well, he's got extra base power. And Diaz coming right back with the 2-2 pitch. Grounded towards first. It's going to get through. Runners coming around. Here's Holt's throw to the plate. It's on the money. Embray can't handle it. And Serrano scores. So Serrano gets in and scores. It was going to be a close play. I think if they could have handled that throw, they had him. But instead, it's 3-2 Muscatine. That's tough there. They had Langlois struck out, but couldn't hang on. And then Holtz, pretty good throw, but just couldn't come up with it. So 2 outs, still top of the 5th inning, now 3-2. Temenek homered to right center his last time up. And now it's a 1-0 count. Just the 3rd hit of the day for Muscatine, as that ball is fouled straight back. Now we're even at 1-1. But their hits have been big. It's solo home run, an RBI double, and now an RBI single. Langlois has 2 of their 3 hits. Temenek has the other hit. Here's the pitch from Diaz, right on the outside corner for a strike. Great location there. And it's 1-2. So Diaz looking for the strikeout here. Here's the pitch. It's lined towards left and out of play. So we'll stay 1-2. Diaz trying to get Temenek. 343 hitter on the season. The first baseman standing in from the left side. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Just off the plate of ball. So 2-2. 3-2. Cardinals taking the lead on that RBI single. And they're going to call a balk now on Diaz. So that'll put a runner in scoring position on the balk. And it's a 2-2 count. Well, that's tough there. Now you put a runner in scoring position, so a base hit probably scores him. Trying to get Temenek here. Here's the pitch. It's lined towards center. Ventura drifting back. Still going back, and he'll make the catch, backpedaling for the 3rd out. So a long line out to center, and that will end the inning. But Muscatine gets a run on an RBI single by Langlois, his second RBI of the day. He's got 2 of them, and he's got 2 of the 3 runs batted in for Muscatine. The Tigers have the top of the order coming up. It'll be Bennett Lopez, Joel Rosauer, and Logan Holtz. So Muscatine leaves 1, and MCC will be coming back to the plate here in the 5th. Bennett Lopez has grounded out to short and popped out to first. Joel Rosauer has struck out and doubled. Hurst has kept the Tigers pretty well contained through the first 4 innings. Just the second inning was when he gave up runs, gave up the home run to Salado and then an RBI double to Rosauer. And since then he's been pretty good. He got a 1-2-3 in the 3rd and a 1-2-3 in the 4th. So Bennett Lopez will try to break up the rhythm of Nick Hurst. For Muscatine, as he's been pitching pretty well here today. Came in with 36 in the 3rd innings. And he'd allowed 28 earned runs, but only allowed 2 so far today. So Bennett Lopez will lead it off. And he'll stand in as it's a big ovation as he has some family in the house today from Puerto Rico. And that's a strike on the corner. The 0-1 count here on the Tigers' second baseman. And Hurst coming right back with another curveball, and it's a beauty. He's got that curve working here today. The Tigers trailing 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Lopez hangs around as he fouls that one back. I think Hurst was trying to get him to chase that curveball there, and he did, but Lopez was able to get his bat on it. 0-2 count here on Lopez. That's a curveball in the dirt. Good eye. From here, that looked pretty good, but it just broke straight down into the dirt, and Lopez lays off. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's swing and a miss. He struck him out on the curveball. That curveball has been working today for Hurst. And that's his second strikeout.
Number 15, Joel Rosauer.
He hasn't really needed strikeouts. He's got a lot of ground balls so far. When MCC has had good success, it's almost been those first pitch swingers. As Rosauer takes the curveball. It's a good one right on the inside corner. Logan Holtz is on deck. And that's on the outside corner. So he paints the inside and then comes back with a fastball on the outside. Now Rosauer probably set up for a curveball here coming from Hurst. Here's the pitch. There it is, but it's too far inside. Now with a 1-2 count, does he throw it again? Here it comes. Oh, he tried to, and he just able to hold up. Maldonado trying to appeal to the first base umpire, but the home plate umpire said no, he's fine. And now the pitch on 2-2. There's the curve. Rosauer pops it up towards third. Langlois over for a look. It's out of play. Looks like there is some action in the Muscatine bullpen. Or it might have been just somebody walking back. Hurst has pitched a pretty good game. And we'll stay 2-2. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. That's grounded towards second. Fielded by Era Barron. He'll throw out Rosauer. And there's 2 away. Good at bat for Rojar, but couldn't come up with the hit. That'll bring up Logan Holtz. He's singled and lined out to third. He's hit the ball hard both times he's been up. As MCC in danger of going 1-2-3 for a third consecutive inning. Here's Hurst's pitch. That's a curveball in the dirt for a ball. Holtz can break it up right here. He could tie the game with one swing of the bat. He has hit 6 home runs. Also 13 doubles. Here's the 1-0 count. That ball is laced foul down the out of play to the right. Hit that one straight back over the MCC dugout. And the count is even at 1-1. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. There's the pitch. Holtz grounds it just foul down the line at third. Could have kept that one fair. He would have had a double, and Ceballos coming up, who's already singled twice. He's 2 for 2. He's in the on-deck circle. There's the pitch. There's a curve outside for a ball. And the count is even at 2-2. Holtz has got to be charging up for the fastball, but still ready for the curve. And there's, looked like almost a changeup, because that one didn't come in quite as fast. Pretty good arm action for the pitcher Hurst. His fastball and changeup look alike. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swings, grounds towards third. Langlois fields on a hop, throws to first, and the inning is over. So Holtz grounds out, and MCC goes 1-2-3 for the third consecutive inning. And Hurst is in such a good rhythm. You don't want to let Muscatine get too far away right now with the way Hurst is pitching. Noel Diaz has also pitched pretty well. Could easily be a 2-2 tie here heading to the 6th, but a couple bad breaks for the Tigers allowed Muscatine to score, as Hunter Embre couldn't hang on to the strikeout, and then a tough hop on the throw from Logan Holtz. They had a chance to get Serrano at the plate and just couldn't hang on to it to make the tag. And Serrano scored the leading run here in the 5th inning. As we start the 6th, these teams have played close games, at least in the first 2. It was 13-8 Muscatine won game 1, and then 11-9 Muscatine won game 2. As Maldonado will lead it off, he's walked and reached on an error. And he's 0 for 1. He hit some home runs yesterday. He's got 2 on the season. Diaz has pitched pretty well as he puts that one right on the corner. If MCC can't come back, he'd be a tough luck loser here today, because he's pitched a good game. He's given the Tigers exactly what they need. There's a few pitchers starting to stretch out in the MCC bullpen. As here's Diaz's pitch. That's in there for strike 2. So Diaz coming right after Maldonado, the .333 hitter. He's struck out 23 times on the season, so he is a candidate to strike out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just about got him to chase, asking for the appeal, and he's able to hold up. He might throw that one again because he wanted that. Looked like a slider from Diaz. And here's the 1-2 pitch. He does, and he strikes him out swinging. That time threw a fastball by him. Maldonado down swinging. And for Diaz, that's his 5th strikeout. So 5 Ks in the game for Noel Diaz. And that'll bring up Broders. First time today, Maldonado didn't reach base. And Broders won't have the option to try and sacrifice bunt. Although he could still try and bunt for a hit. Duran still playing in at the grass. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner, a strike. So Diaz has been painting the corners. And a 1-1 count here on Broders. A 167 hitter. Has just 1 hit this year. But he hasn't had a whole lot of playing time. As Diaz throws that one outside for a ball. He's only played in 2 games that he started. He's only had 6 at-bats. And just the 1 hit and 6 at-bats. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's fouled straight back. So Diaz trying to notch his 6th strikeout. And trying to get Broders for the 2nd time on strikes. 3-2, Muscatine with a 1-run lead. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled off down the left side. As Broders stays alive. And it's 2-2. Diaz gets the sign. Here's the pitch, and that's inside a ball. So now the count is full on Tyler Broders. You don't want to walk him. You got to make him try and hit it. Diaz out of the stretch. Looks in. Here's the pitch. That's line foul. So Broders having a pretty good at-bat. For a guy that's only had 6 at-bats this year. He's making Diaz work. Let's see if Diaz can finish him off here on the full count pitch. Here it is. And he got him looking. Right on the outside corner, and Broders strikes out. Perfect pitch there for Diaz. And down goes Broders on strikes. And 2 outs here in the 6th inning. That's strikeout number 6 for Diaz. And his 41st of the season. That's just off the plate of ball. And here's the 1-0 pitch. That's lined long and foul by Xander Benitez. Yeah, Diaz with 41 strikeouts now on the season. He had 35 coming in and was 6 today. That ball is a swinging bunt, but it's going to roll foul. He's got a chance to strike out the side if he can get Benitez here. Benitez has struck out 15 times to just 7 walks, so he is a guy that will strike out. Diaz trying to get his 7th here in the 6th inning. He's only allowed 3 hits. Only problem is the hits have all brought in runs. Here's the pitch from Diaz. That's in the dirt. Good spot on a 1-2 pitch. Trying to get Benitez to chase, but he lays off. Now it's 2-2. Looks like Embre's going to get a new baseball. As the ump will look at that ball and then put it in his pocket. And a 2-2 count. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. He swings and stays alive. Coming up for MCC in the 6th will be Ceballos, Lopez, and Duran. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Actually 4, 5, and 6. And that's inside a ball. So the count is run full on Benitez. He's a .304 hitter. He hit 2 home runs yesterday, so he does have some power. And here comes the full count pitch. He lines it straight down the line, but foul. So we'll stay at a full count. Now there is action in the MCC bullpen. Looks like a right-hander. As the count is 3-2 on Benitez. On deck is Padilla. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. It's grounded towards third, and it's going to get through for a base hit. So Isander Benitez comes out with a 2-out single. Comes up with a 2-out single. And that'll bring Raul Padilla to the plate. He's flew out to right field and flew out to center. With 2 outs, Benitez probably going to be running. Instead, Padilla swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Just the 4th hit for Muscatine here in game number 1. It's been a pitcher's battle here. It's 3-2, and the pickoff, he's got him picked off. Now Benitez is in a rundown. The throw is too high, and he's back safe. That's tough there, as the second Muscatine Cardinal that Diaz has had picked off that's been able to get back or get to the base they were advancing to. As those are plays that can really come back to hurt. You had a sure out, could be out of the inning. Instead, you got to pitch another one to Padilla. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt the Tigers. Benitez leading from first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's lined to right. Holtz on the run. He'll make a sliding catch, and he's got it. Great play by Logan Holtz to keep that one from hurting, because if that got down, that could have been all kinds of trouble if that got by Holtz, but he makes the catch. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th. MCC has Ceballos, Lopez, and Duran coming up. So a good part of the order for the Tigers. They got to get Hurst out of this rhythm. He seems to be just playing pitch and catch with his catcher. He's just feeling too good out there. You got to strike one against him, try and put some pressure on him, because right now he's just playing pitch and catch. Almost like nobody's even there. His curveball has been pretty much spot on. He's thrown a lot of strikes. Actually, the Tigers had a little bit of success when they swung at the first pitch. Salato hit a first pitch homer and Embre a first pitch double back in the second inning. But MCC has been patient, and Hurst has been throwing a lot of strikes. So the patience hasn't necessarily helped, because he's been getting ahead of batters. It is a Sunday afternoon, and there is some Major League Baseball going on right now. Looks like the Cubs are throttling the Reds right now, 8-0. Rays lead the Yankees 6-1. Blue Jays 4, Athletics 1. Indians leading the Tigers 3-0. Twins and Nationals are tied at 1. Mets lead the Braves 1-0. And Rangers over the White Sox 1-0. Johan Ceballos will lead it off for the Tigers. Bottom of the 6th inning. MCC trying to come back and not fall for the 3rd straight time to this Cardinal team. Ceballos is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And he takes ball 1. On deck is Manny Lopez. He's walked and lined into a double play. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's grounded towards short, fielded by Serrano. He throws on to first. It's in the dirt, but Temenak picks it out, and Ceballos is retired. That's now nine batters in a row retired by Hurst. The only batter to get on was Ceballos. He singled, but he was erased on a double play where Lopez lined to short. Now Lopez will take ball one. 9 in a row, retired by Hurst. He's got a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it only takes one swing to tie the game. And that's off the plate. No, that's on the plate. That's a strike on the corner. Caught the outside corner there. Hurst has been in good control of his fastball and curveball. Hasn't really hung many. That fastball is just off the plate. A 2-1 on Manny Lopez. He's walked and lined into a double play. Lopez, a .431 hitter, does have 8 home runs. That pitch is hammered to the left center field gap. That's going to the fence. Lopez is rounding first. He's headed into second. He's got himself a 1-out double, and that'll bring Duran to the plate with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 2-run shot. So big hit there for Manny Lopez. Luis Duran will come up. He's grounded into a fielder's choice, and he's grounded out to short. And that might be it for Hurst. He's pitched a great game. As the Cardinals coach on his way to the mound, he will make the change, so we'll take a quick break. 3-2, MCC trailing Muscatine. They got a runner on second with Lopez's double. It'll be number 17 coming in. We'll have the information on him when we return. You're watching MCC Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network.
Life's a fast ball, bell tie, coming right down the middle. Don't stand there and let it go by. Swing hard and aim for the stands.
Welcome back to Sean Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. MCC trails 3-2. Brian Morales is the new pitcher for Muscatine. Manny Lopez out at second, represents the tying run. Luis Duran coming to the plate for MCC, represents the potential winning run. It's still the bottom of the 6th inning. Morales on the year, a 7.66 ERA. He's pitched 22 1/3, allowed 24 hits, 21 runs, 19 earned runs. He's walked 18 and struck out 14. So he has had a little bit of trouble throwing strikes at times. It might be good to be a little patient. Lopez leads from second. Duran in a big spot, and that's outside for a ball. MCC trying to do to Muscatine, but they did do the Tigers the last 2 games yesterday. Come from behind and get a victory. Here's the pitch from Morales. That's outside, ball 2. Salato's in the on-deck circle. He hit his first home run in the 2nd inning. He's also grounded out to second. Morales has walked 18, struck out 14, so he can get a little wild. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's on the corner for a strike. Perfect setup. He hit Maldonado right in the glove on the outside corner as Duran takes. 2-1 count. The Tigers can tie it with a hit. Morales checks the runner. There goes Lopez for third. The throw to third, and he is out. Manny Lopez is gunned down, and that is a devastating out there. Lopez trying to get into third base where it's easier to score, but ooh, that's tough. So now Duran with a 3-1 pitch. Here's Morales' pitch. That's on the corner, strike 2. Right on the outside corner for Morales. He's only probably going to throw that fastball. Here it is. Duran grounds to third. It's fielded by Langlois. Throws to first. Temenek can't handle it. It gets away. Duran's headed for second. Ball goes down the right field line. He'll stop at second on the air. And that'll be an error on Langlois. And unfortunately, if Manny Lopez was at second base, we'd be tied right now. Instead, it's an E5. And Duran will reach second. And will give Salato a chance. to come up with a big hit. He hit his first home run back in the second. Now he's just trying for an RBI here. Duran out at second. With 2 outs, a base hit should score him. That's off the plate of ball. The 1-0 count. Morales pitching out of the stretch. Does have a good fastball, but for him it comes down to whether he can control it, and that's a little bit up for a ball. So 2-0 on Salado. Hunter Embre's on deck. He's doubled and popped out to first. 3-2 Muscatine, holding on to a 1-run lead. Bottom of the 6th. That's grounded foul. That pitch got in on Salado. And it's a 2-1 count. Any way to get that run home here for Salado. A left fielder playing deep, so a hit down the line there would probably be a double. Here's the pitch. That's line down the right field line, but out of play and foul. So now the count is 2-2. Morales has 14 strikeouts. Oh, he's looking for his 15th here. Salado trying to tie it up with a base hit. Duran out at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's strike 3 called. And down looking goes Salado. And MCC can't come up with the run, as they do get the big double by Lopez, but can't get him across. As the caught stealing at third base, Maldonado with a great throw. Guns down Lopez. And now coming on to pitch will be Trevor Swartz. So Swartz will come on in the 7th. This is a key outing for Swartz. You got to keep the score right here. Give the Tigers a chance in the bottom half to win it. They'll have Embre, Ventura, and Bennett Lopez in the bottom half of the 7th. This has kind of been where Muscatine has come up with big hits. In the 7th inning, it will be Serrano, Arabaran, and Fabian coming up. So 1, 2, 3 in the order coming up for the Cardinals. Been a good game. MCC has out-hit Muscatine 7-4. Unfortunately, they're trailing on the scoreboard 3-2. So Swartz on to pitch for the Tigers. The righty in on the season. He's got a 6.97 ERA, but he's been pretty good in his last few appearances. He came in to get one batter yesterday and did his job. He's got a 6.97 ERA and 10 1/3. He's allowed 12 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned runs, struck out 13, walked 4. So Trevor Swartz on the mound. And MCC trailing 3-2. In danger of dropping their 4th game in a row here at Shawn Williams Field. We'll have game 2 of the doubleheader. After this one, as this is the final inning, top of the 7th. And a good one here between Muscatine and Marshalltown. Marshalltown just hadn't been able to come up with the big hit. The Cardinals got a RBI single from Langlois, and Serrano scored, sliding into home. So Swartz will go after Serrano. It's off the plate of ball. Serrano is 0 for 2 with a walk. That's when he scored. He was walked. That's in there on the inside corner strike. He grounded into a fielder's choice and also struck out. Diaz pitched pretty well, struck out 6 in 6 innings. And there's a good curveball. Did he go? No, he did not. So 2-1 count now on Heckwell Serrano. Here's Schwartz, 2-1 pitch. That's off the plate of ball. And now 3-1. Don't want to put Serrano on because you know Barron will be bunting. Here's the 3-1 pitch. They looked like he went, but he didn't. And that's ball 4. Tried to get him to chase. And Serrano lays off. I'd assume Barron will try to bunt here. Get Serrano in the scoring position. And try to extend this Muscatine lead. Serrano a good lead at first. Schwartz will check on him. 3-2. Cardinals with a 1-run lead here in the top of the 7th. MCC dropped the first 2 yesterday. Trying to avoid an 0-3 start versus Muscatine here at home. MCC took 3 of 4 from Muscatine at Muscatine's place, but the Cardinals trying to return the favor as there's a throw over, and back safely is Serrano. A pop-up bunt here would be a good thing. Could be a double play. But Barron handles the bat pretty well. That just missed inside for a ball. So 1-1 count. Nobody out, top of the 7th. Serrano reached on a walk. He reached on a walk in the 5th and came around to score, which as of now is the leading run. That's a good bunt down the line, picked up by Schwartz. He'll throw at Barron. Good play by Trevor Schwartz. Barron is retired, but Serrano down to second, and that'll bring up Kelvin Fabian. He struck out twice and walked. Well, Fabian with a chance here to extend Muscatine's lead with a base hit. Schwartz trying to get him. A key at bat here. There's a good curveball on the corner for strike 1. Barron was retired on the 1-3 put out on the bunt for a sacrifice. That sent Serrano down to second. And an 0-1 count here on Fabian. Here's the pitch. Another curveball, same spot, strike 2. As Fabian looked back, I don't think he liked that call. He's kind of shaking his head. He's behind in the count 0-2. See if Schwartz tries to get him to chase or if he comes back with that curveball. He looks in. He's got the sign he wants. Serrano leading from second. Schwartz checks on him. Now here's the pitch. Tried to get him to chase the high fastball, and Fabian takes. 1-2. He could start that curveball in the outside corner, maybe break it away. Fabian might chase it. Just got to make sure if you're going to throw that curveball, you don't want to hang one. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's inside and it hits him. So the curveball that time didn't break. And Fabian's hit by the pitch. So a walk and a hit batter brings up Phil Langlois, who has 2 of the 3 RBIs today for Muscatine. There's no action in the bullpen. So this inning is on Schwartz, looking for a ground ball somewhere. Langlois is a double play candidate if he hits the ball in the right spot. And now a snap throw to second, and back in safely is Serrano. That pitch was in there for a strike. Serrano reached on a walk. Fabian reached on a hit by pitch with a 1-2 count. Schwartz trying to battle. Strand those runners. Still 1 out. Top of the 7th. 3-2. Muscatine the lead. That's in there for a strike. So Schwartz ahead of Langlois, 0-2. Now can he get the big strikeout? Langlois has struck out 20 times. He's also walked 25. So he has struck out 20 times, so he will strike out if he can put the pitch in the right location. This would be a huge strikeout for the Tigers. Lopez checks the runner. Now Schwartz here. He comes to the plate. He got him. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. Langlois down swinging. I thought he went on the swing, but they appealed to the umpire behind the pitcher. And now here comes the mound visit. And Schwartz gets the second out of the inning. So 2 down. Top of the 7th, 3-2. Muscatine holding on to a 1-run lead. Coming up for MCC in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Hunter Embre, Brian Ventura, and Bennett Lopez. A good part of the order coming up. And get a couple guys on base, and you swing around to the top of the order. And you only need 2 runs to win it. Now Temenek is a dangerous hitter. He did hit a home run back in the 4th. He's also grounded out to 3rd and flew out to center. Temenek, a .343 hitter. He has 26 RBIs. I'll be telling him how to pitch this guy. As Schwartz and Greif had a good conversation on the mound. Now here comes the pitch on the corner, strike 1. So he gets ahead of Temenek. Serrano reached on the walk, and then Fabian on the hit by pitch. Now an 0-1 count here on the Cardinals' first baseman, Jonathan Temenek. Schwartz trying to battle. There's the 0-1 pitch, grounded towards first. Takes a bad hop on Salado. Here comes the throw to the plate. Holt's throw is on the money. Tag, and he is out at the plate. Holtz guns down Serrano, and will go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-2. Muscatine with a 1-run lead. What a throw by Logan Holtz. He put that one right on the money, and Serrano is tagged at home, and it's still 3-2. What a terrific throw. We've seen a couple terrific plays in this game. Brian Ventura had that great catch where he ran into the fence, which kept the score tied at the time. And now Holtz with a gun down play there to keep the score 3-2 as he throws out Serrano on the 9-2 putout. So Temenek does get the single. And now MCC will have a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Embre, Ventura, and Lopez coming up. For Logan Holtz, that is his, let's see, looks like his 3rd assist defensively on the year. And he threw a beauty there, came up firing. Put that one right on the money. And that's a big out there. Just the 3rd outfield assist. That would be his 4th. But a huge play there, which gives Marshalltown some momentum as we head in to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It'll be Hunter Embre to lead off. He does have the power to tie this game with 1 swing. Morales has had trouble throwing strikes at times, though. You might want to be a little patient with this guy. See if he'll put somebody on with a walk. So as we start the bottom of the 7th, MCC trailing 3-2. They need to run the tie and 2 to walk off with a win. Here's Embre stepping to the plate. Morales' first pitch is high for ball 1. The 1-0 on Hunter Embre. As Morales trying to nail down the save. That's low, ball 2. Morales has 1 save on the year. That's off the plate, ball 3. If Embre reaches, you wonder if MCC would have a pinch runner if they'd let Embre run. He's going to show bunt, pulls back, and that's a strike. That one is right down the middle, but on 3-0, you like to make Morales work. 3-1, you still got to look for your pitch. If it's right there, hammer it. If not, take it. Oh, just outside it looked like, but the umpire has been given that call most of the day. He's been pretty consistent with it. And it's now a full count as Hunter Embray and the umpire have a short discussion. So it could have been a walk to lead it off. Now it's a full count. Here's the 3-2 delivery from Morales. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner, strike 3. Same spot. And he rings up Embray. And that'll bring up Brian Ventura. That's a tough pitch to hit when you put that fastball right on the corner. And Morales has a live arm out there. He put that one right on the corner. That's tough. That first one looked a little bit further outside than that. That's right down the middle for a strike. So trailing 3-2, MCC down to their final 2 outs. Here's Brian Ventura. Takes in the dirt for a ball. 1-1 count. Trying to rally here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch from Morales. That's off the plate. That looks like the first breaking ball he's thrown. Pretty much an all fastball pitcher. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's off the plate for a ball. So now 3-1 on Brian Ventura. He went 3-1 on Hunter Embray before coming back with 2 perfect pitches to strike him out. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's right on the corner, but man, that's tough there. That looks like it's a little bit off the plate. And he's giving Morales the call right now. 3-2. That's the ball 4. And a 1-out walk by Brian Ventura. That'll bring Bennett Lopez to the plate. What a story it would be if he could hit a walk-off 2-run homer here in front of his family. He's got the power to do it. 365 hitter, 1 home run. I think I was here when he hit that home run. Ventura leading from first. Does he try to steal second? Morales has now got a pitch out of the stretch. He's going to check Ventura. Nearly threw that one away. He almost threw that one down the line. Temenek able to save it. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Morales checks Ventura. Here's the pitch. It's a pitch out. He threw it by him. Ventura's going to go to second. As it was a pitch out to Maldonado, and he threw it a wild pitch. And now the tying run at second base. A base hit ties it here. Bennett Lopez standing in. He's 0 for 3 today, so he is due. 1-0 count. Ventura leads from second. Here's Morales' pitch. It's hammered to deep center field. It's going back. Still going back. He's going to make a running catch. Ventura's on the run. He's waving him home. Here comes Ventura to the plate. It's going to be a play at the plate. Maldonado's got it, and he is out at the plate. Brian Ventura has tried to score from second base, and he is out, and the ball game is over, and Muscatine has won 3-2 as Padilla ran that one down in deep center field. He caught it. And then they tried to score Ventura from second base, and he's gunned down at the plate, and the Tigers fall 3-2 to Muscatine. So a tough battle here. Just a couple breaks go Muscatine's way, and they get 2 RBIs from Langlois. Tony Salato hits his first home run of the season. But the Tigers fall here in Game 1, 3-2. We'll have Game 2 coming up for you. Muscatine has now taken the first 3 games of the series here against Marshalltown. I'm Andy Jennings saying good afternoon from Sean Williams Field on the Tiger Sports Network.
Life's a fast ball, bell tie, coming right down the middle. Don't stand there and let it go by. Swing hard